What's up, everybody? This is your boy Tech Supreme back with episode 6 of the Rent Free with Tech Supreme. Episode 6 in the books, going down. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this finds you. My name is Tech Supreme. I am your host.
Tech Supreme.
I do that all the time. It's cool. And this is the podcast in which I talk about 10 random things that are in my head. So I've been changing the format up, been doing 8 things that are in my head, and then like I'm getting 2 from Facebook. Because you gotta give Facebook love. Facebook always shows love. And there's always something. Now I got the beard oil and beard butter. There's always something on my shirt that looks like dandruff, but it's kind of not. I don't know what it is. It is what it is today. Let's get into it. Let's get into the episode. The first thing I want to talk about was Space Jam. Just because I just saw it, of course, when it came out. LeBron James Space Jam. It's a good movie. I liked it. At first, I was like, the first couple minutes was super corny, especially when Wood Harris hopped on the screen and he's talking to young LeBron. I thought it was super corny. But as the movie went on and progressed, I enjoyed it. And then you got to realize that this is for a younger generation. Like, your Space Jam was for you. And I did go back and watch the Michael Jordan Space Jam. And it's absolute an abomination to all basketball movies. There's so many better basketball movies than Space Jam, the original. But, at the time, it was lit, right? It was dope as fuck. But it does not hold up. It does not stand the test of time. I think this one was good. Was great. I thought LeBron James did a good job. I thought everyone around him did a good job. I thought the graphics were amazing. Was a little bit more like cameo heavy, yes, but that's kind of what is kind of makes it fun, right? Like everyone kind of had I don't know. I think that's kind of the thing. Everyone likes big crossover stuff. Everyone likes to see stuff they're familiar with. And they did good nods. Plus they have all these franchises. Why not kind of show love to them and put them in the movie, like with It and Matrix and Clockwork Orange. I thought I saw that. There's so many. It's kind of hard to keep count of all the cameos, but I thought it was done well, at least for me. I love the Rick and Morty one, of course. Everyone knows I'm a big Rick and Morty fan, huge Rick and Morty fan. So I thought that was dope that they were actually in there. And yeah, so overall, I know a lot of people were slamming it online. A lot of grown men who probably don't like LeBron James anyway. They were like, oh, this and that and blah, blah, blah. But it's not for you, for one. And yes, you can still critique a movie that's not for you. But at the same time, you got to take it. It's for kids. Take it with a grain of salt. My nephews, when I asked them about it, they lit up. They said, we loved it. And that's what it's for, right? And they play basketball. It's for people who play basketball, for basketball fans. They had so many basketball references. My favorite one was Lil Rel. I think it's Lil Rel. He said, anything is possible, which if you don't watch basketball, you don't know why that's funny, right? But Kevin Garnett, when he won the championship with Boston, they asked him hey, how do you feel? He's just, anything is possible. And it's the funniest shit. So the fact that they threw that in the movie, that's fan service to me. That's basketball fan service. And I thought it was dope. And they do the cameos to get other people into it, right? To keep other people entertained. I thought it was good. So if you haven't seen it, go check out Space Jam. I think it's on HBO Max. It's a good time, and if you have kids who are into basketball, or just kids in general who like good movie, good fun movie for them to watch it. They tackle some issues too about sports parents being too hard on their kids, which happens, and letting people be individuals, which is also something that you always want to have to you always have to embrace and show and share. You want people to be individuals. And that's kind of one of the underlying plots of the movies, individuality and hard work. So yeah, Space Jam. If I had to give it a score from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. And the original Space Jam would be a 6 out of 10. Right? The original Space Jam was more focused on basketball, but this one was focused on a bunch of different things. Family, basketball, not giving up. Had a lot of themes to it. And of course, I did the original one. So I'm not going to slam the original one like it was the worst movie. It just doesn't hold up to today's standards of filmmaking. But I do think they all have their place. They all have their place. And yeah, so that's Space Jam. So speaking of basketball, I've been watching a lot of basketball lately. In the last maybe year since the pandemic, I kind of fell into this basketball YouTube wormhole. and there's a lot of basketball content, and they're all different. Like, it's so weird because like playing basketball in my 20s and 30s, it was like, you know, the culture was just, you know, your basketball was and one mixtapes outside of the NBA, right? We're not talking about NBA or college basketball. Outside of that was and one mixtapes, and that fell off really hard. And that was kind of it, right? Like there wasn't really too much like basketball outside of, you know, the NBA, college, or whatever. But with YouTube, like now it's popular to do for basketball players to like have YouTube basketball careers, which is dope, right? You got Devontae Friga, which I got into when he was doing D3 content. Like, you know, he was a D3 player at a university and was doing D3 content. And now he does like this amazing street ball content. And then like Ball is Life crew. There's the East and West Coast crew. Those guys are insane. The guys, I think his name is Zach. He has one arm. He played college basketball as well, and he just destroys people, and it's really dope to watch. You have White Iverson. You have Slim Reaper, which is I think he's one of my favorites. And so everyone's doing this wonderful basketball street ball content, and it's super entertaining. Everyone has real professional cameras. Everyone's like the person like Devontae will be like, he'd be like mic'd up so you can hear all the side talk. It's really fun. It's really entertaining. But then there's one that I fell across through Ball is Life. His name is Nick Briss. And when I tell you, I am addicted to this man's videos because not only he's a good hooper. He is definitely a good hooper, but he realized something. And I think this is the power of watching your analytics and watching like your numbers and seeing what works and what doesn't work. Because he was doing regular basketball content, and then all of a sudden he builds a team. And the team he built are very feisty players. It's this big guy, huge guy named Chris White. And then there's I forgot, there's another kid's name. I don't know. He's not really on camera a lot. He doesn't really like kill a lot. He's just a decent player. There's an older guy that he plays with, older white guy. And then there's Carlos. And Carlos is absolutely like not good at basketball, but he's so like animated and fiery and like instigative. It's super entertaining. His videos went from like, it was cool. Like Nick Briss's videos were straight, and like you watch them to see him do this dunk. Like he has like this one hand dunk that he does. That is, it looks like he's flying through the air. It's super sick. But then like it went to like this trash talking, these fighting videos that are like, it's oddly entertaining. I know it sounds real like basic, but it's like basketball with like this super like aggressive spice to it. And like I know recently he just played with Cash Nasty, who's also like a YouTuber, and like the video was so insanely violent, like not violent but like trash talking, and like I didn't think they were friends. Like they looked like they were straight mortal enemies playing basketball together. So if you get a chance, hop into the world of basketball on YouTube, and then hop in, like check out Nick Briss, because it's super entertaining. It's super fun. They don't back down. And Carlos is hilarious. Like he don't back down, but he's like not that good. So like when he does something good, it's insane. It's so entertaining. I can't speak enough about how entertaining it is. But also, if you like this basketball content, check out Ball is Life. They're insane. Check out Devontae Friga, because he's so inspirational. And he's basically like, he just goes from city to city, and now he's at the point, and it's kind of cool to see his career, his YouTube career, go from like just like the D3 player to like this sensation, this internet sensation, this YouTube sensation. He came to St. Louis a couple months ago, and that looked like, I've never seen that many people at a basketball court in St. Louis. It was hundreds of people, and they actually gave him good competition. It's awesome. It's good for the basketball culture. Basketball culture is always like the culture of basketball always has kind of gotten a bad rap, I feel like, as far as like, and especially in our city, in my city, St. Louis, because they won't put up basketball goals in the city at all. Like you go to Forest Park, is one of the biggest parks in the country, and like they have handball, which is a prison sport, represented at Forest Park, but they refuse to put up basketball courts, to the point where I wanted to ask my friend's mom, who's a retired Parks and Rec director, what can I do to try to get more basketball courts? They put across the street, I live across the street from a park, and they just put like I forgot the name of the sport. It's like some really goofy sport, like I forgot the name of it. I'm not gonna be able to remember right now, so I won't even try. But yeah, like they just built this new court for this game that's not even really like a game. Like there's not even I don't know what to call it. It's not even a popular game. They refuse to put basketball courts up in the city. Period. Even as of recently, there's a park around the corner from me called Love Bank Park, and it was a park created by people in on the Cherokee Street, people who lived in the area, and they even had the basketball goals locked up most of this year. Like I just now recently saw that they unlocked the basketball court, the rims. They actually had like a club put on the rims. It's insane how much this city hates basketball. That's why I don't think we'll ever get a basketball team in St. Louis. And it sucks. Because I love basketball. I love the sport of basketball. I want to play basketball all the time. I live across the street from a park. I should be able to go across the street to the park and play basketball. If I was in like New York, not a problem. New Jersey, not a problem. Chicago, not a problem. There's like damn near parks every few blocks in New York City. And that's New York City, bro. Like, come on. But in Missouri is rooted in racism, and I think they don't want basketball because they think it's going to attract black people and bring black people together, and that's fucked up. And we're going to talk about basketball one more time because, of course, we're in the midst of the Olympics, the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo, and we are having not a good time. The USA basketball team, man, they lost yesterday 83-76 to France. I think that was the first game of the actual tournament. This is the preliminary round. Today, I think they play Nigeria, or the women play Nigeria today at 11:40 p.m. I don't know what time that is here. That might be 11:40 here. But yeah, so far, the exhibition games weren't good for Team USA. I don't know what to say, man. Like, they don't have any dogs. They don't have any killers on their team, dude. Like, they have KD. Devin Booker is on the team. I'm not sure if I haven't watched the games because they come on a weird time, so I'm not sure if he's been playing. Bam Adebayo, I know I've seen him play. Like, Jerami Grant, he's not a killer. Zach LaVine's not a killer. Keldon Johnson's not a killer. Draymond Green's not a killer. Drew Holiday's a semi-killer. Dame is a killer. I don't know what's going on. JaVale McGee's just center. Not killer. Chris Middleton's he's a killer now, right? And Jason Tatum, who's a killer. But like they can't pull it together. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but they can't bring it together, and it's weird. So we got to keep an eye on that. We're used to the USA Dream Team used to dominate and used to just going there and blowing people out by 50 points easily. You know what I'm saying? Like they was going to Arby's and Wendy's and shit the day before, the day of, and then getting like fucking junk food and then going out and blowing everybody out of the fucking water. The field has changed. The basketball foreign field has changed. A lot of these players got recruited in NBA and they're bringing that knowledge back home. Luka Doncic just had his big first game last night and dropped 48 points in the Olympics. Like, you know, we lost to Rudy Gobert and Batum on France. Like, the international players are serious squads. Like, because they're NBA players now. They become NBA superstars, right? Let me see. I don't know if Giannis is in the Olympics. Because, you know, he's African. He's not Greek, but he represents Greece. I don't think he's in it. But, yeah, man. USA basketball, they got to get it together, man. They got to. It's also, I would say, it's the coaching too. It's Pop at the helm, and I'm a big fan of Pop, huge fan. I think he's a great coach. But I don't know. They don't seem to have it right now. So we'll see what happens going forward, because it'd be unprecedented if we don't win gold. Honestly, I know we didn't win it in 2004, I believe, but speaking of. Last basketball topic, last one, NBA Finals. Shout out to the Bucks for winning. Phoenix looked like they didn't want it. Paul looked like he didn't want it. Booker looked like he wanted it, but in the last game, he ran out of steam. He was dropping 40 for like 2-3 games in a row. The last game, he scored like 19. Like, he just didn't have it. This is not a sports podcast, so we're going to move along. And one thing that I did see on Instagram, sometimes this is what I hate. When you're on social media and you see a link that you want to click on, and then something happens when you back out of it real quick and you can never find that post again. Like, ever. All right, that happened to me. And I was looking at my support local STL Instagram, and I saw a post from Amazon Prime that said, if you are on EBT, which is food stamps, then you get a 50% discount on the Amazon Prime monthly. So instead of however much it is, it's like $5 a month. And I looked at it and saw like 20,000 comments. I'm like, holy shit, what are the comments about? Of course, the comments are about, it's basically like, it's classism mixed with racism, mixed with socialism, I guess. It's just like, everyone's pressed over people with food stamps getting a discount on Amazon Prime. Like, super pressed, like angry at people with like, these people just want handouts, so just gonna give them more free stuff, which is nothing. It's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who are on food stamps generally are struggling and like need help. And like, yeah, like having a discount where you can is actually amazing. And like, if it's not your pockets, you shouldn't be concerned about it. Like, you shouldn't care. So if Amazon wants to offer them a discount for being having food stamps, fucking, that's awesome. Let them, right? That has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Absolutely. Like, what other people do with their money in their life, and like whatever systems they may be using, that's not your business. And it's there for a reason. It's there to help people. And honestly, you just be such less of an a-hole, a dick, and help more people yourself. At least at the bare minimum, not care that people are getting assistance. Like, people getting assistance, bro. Like, that's fine. Jeff Bezos went to space, spent millions upon billions of dollars. The dude from Delta Atlantic went to space, spent millions of dollars. That could have solved a lot of world hunger. A lot of, at least in America, could have solved a lot of problems. But no one cares about that. You pressed over Amazon Prime offering a discount to people with food stamps. That's some lame shit, bro. That's super lame. I don't respect anybody with those type of opinions. I don't give a fuck. If you're that type of opinion, I know you, and I don't fuck with you like that, for real. That's corny. Like, people need assistance. Like, it goes back to my conversation last week about living in a utopia. We need to live in a utopia. This is bullshit. Like, this is one planet. Why are we in debt in our only planet? Like, we're the planet. There's nobody else. Like, why are we struggling as a society? That's ridiculous. It's not meant to be like that, I don't think. But I digress. You know, I need to move. Like, some of these topics are good topics, but I need to move them around. So I'm going to try to move them around in my head, and I'm going to fuck it up. Unvaccinated people and mask mandate. Now, those are two different topics on my list that need to be one topic. So in Missouri, St. Louis City and County, not Missouri, but St. Louis City and County today, we have a new mask mandate. We haven't had a mask mandate in many months, and it was cool, you know, while it lasted. I still wore a mask because I'm super paranoid, and I always, every time I don't have a mask on, I feel like an asshole. So I've always kind of kept that same energy with the masks. Like, you gotta have mask on. Like, going forward, I think like it's just something that I'm just gonna do. Like, I'm just gonna get like fly masks and shit like that, and just wear masks all the time. I like the type of shit anyway. I like wearing masks and shit, and like, it's just kind of my thing. So like, I'm gonna keep wearing a mask going forward. I'm gonna be that, like, before the pandemic, you would see Asian people just walking around with the mask, and I always be like, that's crazy. Maybe they got some crazy shit, you know, they're dealing with. But no, like, they just doing that because of like other shit that happened in their country, and like, it's a part of the culture now to wear a mask, and it's a part of my culture now to wear masks. And people, I think the funny thing for me going forward is the videos and people flipping their shit, especially in Missouri, especially in St. Louis. They're gonna flip their shit when it comes to wearing masks, and I feel bad for the people that have to endure it, but I'm here for the laughs. I'm here for the visuals. You know, TikTok gonna go hard. Like, there's gonna be some Karens and Kens. It's gonna be on both sides. It's gonna be white and black, and anyone. It's gonna be people who don't want to wear a mask. Gonna be flipping out. Just wear your mask. Don't be a dick. Wear a mask. If not, you're a dick. You know, simple as that. And it's not only is it affecting unvaccinated people, it is affecting vaccinated people. Not as hard, not as often, but it is. And protect yourself, and that's what it's all about. Stay your ass at home. Or if you go out, wear a mask, social distance. Do the things that you gotta do to get rid of this thing. It's still we're going into year 2, like, and we're backsliding, you know, because people are rushing it. People are like going too hard, going to festivals, going to concerts. I'm still haven't been to a concert. I don't think I'm going to for a while. I'm still good on that. Like, I'm fine. I'll listen to your album at home. Like, I'm good. I'll watch it on YouTube. I'm good. I'm not going to concert for a while. I have been going to certain things here and there. I'm vaccinated. I'm Pfizer Poppy, so I'm good. But and I'm always wearing that mask. You know, most times you might catch me out slipping. I might forget here and there, and I feel like a dick when I do it. But like, yeah, the Delta variant seems like it's getting a little serious out here. So you gotta protect your neck, man. You gotta protect it. I'm on the lookout for the videos. If you see videos, send them to me too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for the videos. I know, and I got this the support local STL was a page I started during the pandemic for supporting local businesses and restaurants because you know I'm a small business owner myself, so I'm always sensitive to the ups and downs of small businesses. And I know like the industry is going to be seeing some ignorant people going forward, starting this week, starting today. And I just hope like, you know, they keep a cool level head. You know what I'm saying? Because like these motherfuckers is out here crazy over this mask shit, man. Like it's really inconvenient. Like your ass can breathe. Calm down. You know what I'm talking about? Like chill. Wear your mask. Chill. And be a good person. But you know, it is what it is. Now, one thing that I found interesting was Kanye West's listening party for Donda. And Kanye, y'all act like Kanye's not a weirdo. Like he's a super weirdo. And so he's living at the Atlanta Stadium. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry I'm doing this. He's living at the Atlanta Stadium until he finishes the album, which is weird. Like, did you set up a studio there? Because there's studios all in Atlanta. And I find that really odd that he would do that. But yeah, he's doing that and he's walking around the stadium with a stocking cap over his mask during other events. He's just living there now and working on the album. One of the funniest pictures that came from this was the concession stand picture, and which I'm having a hard time pulling up. Here we go. All right, so this is Kanye West Donda listening party in Atlanta, in the stadium in Atlanta. He didn't say a word. He just wore a red bubble jacket, red pants, some dope Yeezys, some dope orange Yeezys that I would not mind owning, and a stocking cap over his face. And the event menu was sweet and salty kettle corn. In parentheses, it's gluten-free and dairy-free and vegan. Cost of that, $35. Then you have the assorted snack basket. A basket of gluten-free chips, bars, and jerky. $65. But wait, it's worse. Crispy chicken tenders. $50. Now, I don't know how many crispy chicken tenders they were given in the basket, but I need a shopping cart full of tenders for $50. All beef kosher franks, $40. Now, I don't know a hot dog worth $40. Like, I have no idea, like, what you could do to a hot dog to make that hot dog worth $40. And the last image that you can see on the right side of the menu is cookies and brownies, which are vegetarian. Props for that. I guess you didn't put meat in the cookies and brownies. $45. At what point? And he just crossed the billionaire mark. Kanye West just crossed the billionaire mark. At what point do you stop fucking with this type of shit? At what point is it too much? At what point is it goofy to do this? Like, it's goofy to go get a crispy chicken tender basket for $50. It's corny. At a stadium concession stand. They didn't bring in some Michelin chef to bring this. Now, this is the concession stand at the Atlanta Stadium. Crispy chicken tenders for $50. An all beef kosher franks, $40. How many do you get? Because for $40, I better get 10 packs. Have all the hot dogs. It's a hustle. It's a scam. I don't know why people think it's cool to do that. I guess it's like edgy to do, like it's edgy to make your prices like that, like to be an asshole. No, that's insane. If you went to that and you bought something, you're insane. And anyone who did that you're all idiots. Remember in the Hancock when Will Smith's character Hancock was in the intersection after he stopped the train? He's like, everyone gather around, everyone in this intersection, you are all idiots. I wish I could pop up into the concession line and say, listen, guys, you see those prices? You buy that, you're all idiots. And it is what it is. But like, that's just insane. It's not cool. It's not hip. It's not fly for me for people to do that. And so yeah, my next topic that's been I've been thinking about all week is ghost kitchens. Now, ghost kitchens and virtual kitchens are this new thing, which is interesting because it's kind of like a lesson on branding almost. It's like these restaurants, what they do is they'll create a different. There's a company that goes around helping restaurants create different brands underneath that same address, underneath the same kitchen, but they're branded different. Some of the popular ones are like there's Wiz Khalifa has one. Let me see. Let me do a search. Wiz Khalifa has one, and right now in St. Louis, there's one. There's one restaurant at 1,000 Wash Ave who is just going extremely hard with the branding. Like it's just all over the place. Cosmo Burger. But see, here's the crazy thing is, right? So like the restaurant would just have a couple other ingredients, but for the most part, it's the same. Like they're usually the same ingredients for the most part. This is gonna be difficult to find. Like a quick list. I hate it when this is a completely off topic. I would wanted to read the St. Louis Post-Dispatch article, but they make you do this insane survey to get to it, and it's insane. It's boring. But so 1,000 Washington Ave Ghost Kitchen. There we go. Comedian George Lopez has a ghost kitchen. Firebelly Wings is the same one. It's the same. So Firebelly Wings is out of the same kitchen that Wiz Khalifa's wing shop is out of in St. Louis. So like it's so weird to me. But it's a real interesting lesson in marketing and rebranding because like they're doing good business and they're increasing their business, which I respect that. But it just seems very like, and people don't really know the difference. Yeah, you have Hot Box by Wiz Khalifa at 1,000 Wash Ave, and then you have George Lopez Tacos at 1,000 Wash Ave. Of course, you know these people have probably very little things to do with it besides a deal with the the middle person on like who's like branding what. But it's super interesting. I was watching a Complex article on it the other day, and the guy who was the owner was like, "Hey, we've like doubled our business, and our goal was to bring people into the door. So like they'll come and say they're like, you know, they'll pick up the order or whatever. They see the address, and then like they'll seek out the place, and then come to his actual business. He's like, I still focus on my actual business, but like this ghost kitchen stuff is actually giving us the opportunity to stay busy when times are slow, like because they're primarily delivery. Like you can't go there and just sit down and order the food. It's like kind of delivery only. So like he'll like whip up a batch of wings, and so it's like tripling their income. It's kind of a dope concept. I don't know if maybe I'll just because I talked about it on the podcast, I'll order from them to see what it's like. Honestly, like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I peeped that like everyone had this, like all these different places had the same address. And, you know, they have to actually have it broken down to where that, like they have like the same packaging too. Or they'll put a sticker like Mr. Beast did the pop-up restaurants, but it's the same concept, virtual kitchens, ghost kitchens. It's super interesting. If you see one, let me know if you tried it and what you thought. Now I'm streaming live on Twitch right now because this is the time I stream video games, but I decided since I needed to do my podcast because I didn't do it Friday because I fucked up my schedule. I'll do it today and I'm doing it during stream. So I'm gonna start doing that because I feel like I can definitely like fit this into the last hour of my stream, which is 8 to 9. So before this, I did play Lupe Fiasco versus Royce da 5'9". They were doing a podcast earlier this year, and apparently, I guess they fell out super hard, especially with him, Lupe, Royce, and Mickey Fax, with Royce being versus Lupe and Lupe being Mickey Fax. They both put out a diss this week. They both were really good. They're both super rappers. Honestly, I'm a bigger Royce fan than I am Lupe fan, but I'm a huge Lupe fan. One of my best memories is opening up. The people I did music with opened up for Lupe Fiasco at Live on the Levee. And Black Spade was actually the opening act, and he's such a beautiful person on the inside and musically that he gave Corey Black and Tef Poe a ability to do a song, and they both did a song that I produced. So that was crazy seeing, I think, 15,000 people like dancing to my song, and the bass on Tef Poe's song was hitting so hard that security had to run up and grab the subs and it wasn't mixed bad. It was just very potent 808, very good 808. It's one of my favorite memories. So I'm a big Lupe fan too. Lupe got him though. You gotta listen to the tracks, go to YouTube or whatever. Lupe sounds like he got him. Royce's audio quality, because I do audio engineering as well, was a little rough, a little rocky, and Lupe sounded a lot clearer, a little too much reverb, but that's like behind the scenes, like my ear shit. But that was a good hip hop back and forth. They're both super rappers, so like these bars are like layered. Like you can't even listen to it once. Like you do yourself a disservice by listening to it once. You need to listen to it a few times. So that was really fun to listen to. My vote goes to Lupe. I want to know why they're beefing, because the last time I saw them, they were doing like Instagram Live together. They're doing the podcast together, which I didn't even get a chance to really check out. So it's kind of unfortunate that they fell out. I understand that Lupe is kind of a eclectic character, and Royce is kind of more street, although he is an intelligent lyricist. Not saying that street is not smart, because that sounds like a loaded statement, but you know what I'm saying. Like he's still from Detroit. He's still like he still runs with like a different crowd than Lupe would normally run with, I believe. But like I thought they were cool together as far as like the two like super rappers doing a podcast together. So I'm super confused on why they're beefing. I made a comment on the YouTube when it first came out, and Royce the 5'9" posted a song, and people have been commenting like, yeah, we're confused too, to be honest. Like you're not alone in your confusion. I don't know if this is like a ploy to get more people to look at them. I don't know what's going on with it, honestly. But I'm here for the war. I'm here for the peace. That's kind of how I roll. And the last topic I want to talk to you about is critical race theory. I hate this topic because it's kind of like common sense that you let people, like you talk about race, you talk about like the merits of what has happened, the weight has happened at amongst people of color at the hands of white people's ancestors. People get very upset about it. I think it's racist to want to sweep it under the rug, And like when you say, "Hey, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about ways to get past this in a theoretical, in a critical, like logical way," and people get upset about that. That's kind of crazy. It's not about damning white people at all. It's about understanding the systems that are in place that have been used to control not only the narrative, but groups of people. The fact that redlining, Jim Crow laws, systemic racism, the prison industrial complex, all these things, the judicial system, police brutality, all these things are constructs of what directly white people did to suppress a race, and to do it in a coy manner. It's not obvious, right? And that's what we're fighting against. So for people to get upset about critical race theory being taught in colleges and approached differently in schools with younger children, which they're not teaching critical race theory to kids. They're teaching about race to kids, the truth behind history, because there's a truth. And to get upset about that is literally white privilege. It's literally racism. It's literally the point. It's the point. And it lacks compassion, empathy, intelligence. It lacks so many things. People who are fighting this. And if you Google or YouTube town meetings, critical race theory meetings, you're just gonna see a bunch of white people just losing their shit. And something yesterday, it was Emmett Till's birthday. Emmett Till would have been 80 years old. And when people tend to try to act like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't, because yesterday, Emmett Till would have been 80 years old. And to put that in comparison, my grandmother is alive and is older. Dr. Fauci is 80 years old. Dr. Fauci was born a year before Emmett Till was born. But let's sink in. So it wasn't that long ago. And we talked about white tears in our last episode. And Emmett Till was a result, his death was a result of white tears. It wasn't that long ago. And for you to be like, for people to be like, oh, we don't need to be doing this, bringing this up. We don't need to be, there's all lives matter bullshit. You know, you're just showing that you like the systems in place. You don't want them to change. You're complicit. You benefit from it. And you do not want change. That's what you're telling us. And change is inevitable. One of the favorite things that a protester said last year during the riots was, you better be happy that we were looking for equality and not revenge. Woo! All right, I got to end it on that one. Y'all better be lucky we want equality and not revenge. And that's the things that have been in my head for the last week. I am Tech Supreme.
Tech Supreme.
You have been listening to Rent Free with Tech Supreme. If you like it, give it a follow, subscribe on YouTube. This is a podcast, so this is on all the social, the places, the platforms that you listen to podcasts: Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Deezer, all the good stuff. So it's everywhere. All you gotta do is search for Rent Free with Tech Supreme. If you have been listening, I do appreciate you greatly. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been rocking with your boy, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for hanging out with Tech Supreme on Rent Free with Tech Supreme.
Tech Supreme.
Rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Lives in your head rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Lives in your head rent free.